I will do that. So we are recording now, and after the session, I will have to process that, and then I will send you a link to it.
Okay, thank
So
you.
you can review it, and then I would be inclined, and I'm not a big note taker, and I advise my math students of this also. I would prefer they pay 100% attention to what we're talking about and not take notes. Now, if something comes up and you obviously have a question about it, you don't want to interrupt, take notes and ask it later. There's nothing wrong with that. But in general, I'm not a huge believer in taking notes during an active. You spend too much time writing and not being involved in the conversation that's happening.
Okay, well, especially if you're able to record this, then it makes it even.
Yeah, and different people are different. Some people just live and die by note taking, and you don't want to take that away from them. That's just the way they have taught themselves to learn anything, whether it's math or bridge.
Okay, so
Okay,
you want to know where we are?
yeah. So how
All right.
many points do I have?
All right, 3, 4, 7, 10, 12. You have
That enough
12.
to open?
You have 12 high card points.
Because I have 8 cards in my 2 longest suits, and if I add 8 to 12, I get to 20.
Right.
And the rule of 20, we've talked about that.
Yes.
Okay. The rule of 20 you should open if you reach 20. I reached 20. What should I open here?
Well, I guess you'd have to open a diamond.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, that's a takeout double on the left. That means that person has 12 or more points. They basically have an opening hand. They're short in diamonds, and they have at least 3 cards in the other 3 suits. So they're basically saying, partner, I can support whatever suit you bid. Okay.
Mhm.
And north, the responder to me, south, has a heart suit. Could be 4 cards. He's showing 8 to 12 total points. So now we know that we have half the deck. I have 12. My partner has at least 8. That's 20. That's half the deck. So I figure it's probably our contract. Now, is that one heart bid forcing?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Actually, not, for one reason only.
Okay.
He's a passed hand.
He's a
If
pass.
he was, yeah, see this
mean-
first pass?
Uh-huh.
So he's already denied having 13 points.
Right.
So the most he could possibly have would be 12. And if I have opened light,
Yeah.
let's say I opened a point light, I don't want to bid again. I don't want to get us any higher than we need to be. So that is not a forcing bid. It's hard to make a forcing bid if you are a passed hand. Just
Okay.
remember that. That's the only thing you need to remember, is that most every bid you make, once you're a passed hand, is not forcing. I can pass this. Now, I'm not going to, because I only have a doubleton heart and he's only promising 4 hearts. Certainly don't want to play in a 4-2 fit. So what can I bid?
Bid your spade.
I have 2 choices available to me. The natural one is to bid the spade, but I could also bid a no trump. I have a very no trump balanced hand. I'm 4-4-3-2 is my shape. And I've got stoppers and clubs. My spade suit isn't terrific. So about half the bridge world here would bid a spade and the other half might bid a no trump. I like a no trump for one reason only. Let me show you what a spade shows. Notice that a spade shows 4 card spades and 12 to 18 points.
Yes.
That does not narrow your hand down very much. And the whole point of bridge is to narrow your hand down. Now, look what it says if I say one no trump. 12 to 14 high card points. That really is the best description of my hand, is when I can tell my partner that I have a hand that has a 3-point range on it. It's 12 to 14 and I'm balanced. So
How do
I
you know
would
that-
bid.
How do you know that's the no cut, the no Trump bid?
How do I what?
How did you know that was the no Trump bid? The 12 to 14, it was just said 12 to 14. It didn't say.
That's the meaning of a no trump rebid. When you open a suit and you rebid a no trump, you basically have the same shape. You're promising the same shape as if you'd opened a no trump. Only instead of having 15 to 17, you now have 12 to 14. So
Okay.
it's called like a weak no trump. If
Okay.
some people actually play where if you open a no trump, it's 12 to 14. Not everybody plays a strong no trump.
Right, so you weren't worried that you had two doubletons with.
Well, I'm certainly not worried about hearts because my partner showed 4 hearts.
Okay.
And I've got clubs stopped and I have a balanced hand. Now, I could have chosen to rebid a spade, but that doesn't narrow my hand down as much. I much like a no trump. And notice that it got passed out. So we are playing one no trump. Okay, in no trump, we want to count winners. Very, very important that when you're in a suit contract, you count losers. When you are in no trump, you count winners. So let me get my little drawing tablet out here. Winners. Spades, how many?
1.
None. We might not have a spade.
But the ace could take the king.
Yeah, exactly. And the way you count winners is I would lay down the king straight away. The ace would take it. And then I'm missing the queen, the jack, and the 10. So I'm not going to get a spade trick if I lay down the king. Now, I might get a spade trick if I can lead towards the king and if the ace is on my right. Then I will get a spade trick. But for the moment, I don't have any off the top, and I have a possibility of building one. Hearts.
None.
Same thing. If I lead the king, the ace is going to take it, and then the jack will be taken by the queen, and then I'll still be missing the 10 and the 9. But also, I can build a heart winner if the ace is on the correct side, or maybe even if the queen is on the correct side. I can build a winner. So there's a possibility to get a slow winner. And when you're talking winners, you kind of want to talk about winners directly off the top, and then winners that you can develop once you lose a trick. About clubs?
2.
I have 2 off the top, and he's led the queen. What does he have besides the queen?
Jack.
He has the jack. So if I win this club with the king, I can now lead towards the ace 10, and I can finesse his jack. So I'm going to get 3 club winners for sure, and maybe 4.
How do you know you're getting 3?
Okay, I'm going to win this trick with the king.
Right.
And then I'm going to lead towards the ace 10. And the person who has the jack, the person on the left, is in a pickle. If he plays the jack, I'll play the ace, and then the 10 will be good. If he doesn't play the jack, I'm gonna put the 10 in and it's gonna win. So
Oh,
I'm gonna win the king, the ace, and the 10.
what happened to the queen?
Queen was led. I'm winning that with the king.
Okay, so let's.
Oh,
You'll
all right.
see, we'll see, you'll see, because I'm gonna play clubs first. But
Okay.
let's finish the analysis. Diamonds.
So if you went straight in. you go-
Diamonds, you have 2.
I have 0 off the top. I cannot cash a winning diamond.
Oh, off the top, right?
But once I lose the ace, I have 3 diamond tricks.
Right, the queen, jack 10.
Yeah, they're all gonna, is all I gotta do is knock out the ace and all 3 of these are gonna be good. So this is the way you wanna do your analysis. The tricks that you can win immediately off the top, which is gonna be 3. And then I might win a spade, I might win a heart, this 4th club could be good. If he's leading from queen, jack, 3rd, that 4th club is gonna be good. So I might actually get 4 club tricks. And I'm for sure gonna be able to get 3 diamond tricks. So I know I'm gonna get those. I know I'm gonna get those. So I'm gonna get 6 tricks without much sweat. And it's gonna be helpful if I can get the opponents to lead hearts or spades. It'll give me a greater chance of winning a trick there. And I need another trick. I've only got 6. So let's go through the play. I'll play this one. I'm gonna win with the king. And now I'm gonna lead the 8. And now I could actually double finesse, but I'm not. I'm just gonna stick in the 10. See, I was fairly confident that was gonna win. And now the question is, how do the clubs split? Well, there's only 2 clubs remaining. We had 7, opponents had 6. 2 rounds have been played. So there's 2 more clubs out. And I know the jack is one of them and the 9 is the other. So if they happen to be split 1-1 at this point, then I'm going to score the 7 of clubs also. But I'm not too concerned about testing that out now. I want to set up my diamonds. Okay, notice diamond split 5-1. I had 7, I was missing 6. When you're playing bridge, the most important card to take notes of is when the opponent shows out. Because the moment the opponent shows out in a suit, you know exactly how many his partner has. And that allows you to start building up a mental picture in your hand of where the cards are. So they have not taken their ace yet. And they were wise to do so, because I can still knock out the ace, but now I have to worry about getting back to my hand. How am I going to get back to my hand? Well, he solved that by letting me take that. Okay. So I've gotten my 3 diamond tricks. I've gotten my 3 club trick. I haven't gotten 3 yet. I've taken 2. I still can get the ace of clubs. So I still need another trick, but I would still rather the opponents play the cards. So I'm going to play a club. Ooh, the jack fell. That's a good sign. No, he showed out. This person still has the 9 of clubs. I've got my 6 tricks, but I don't really want to attack the other suits. So I'm going to throw them in. Threw him in with the 9 of clubs, and now he has to leave. Notice what happened. He led the ace of spades, guaranteeing me that my king of spades is now good. And I was never going to get the king of spades otherwise, because the best I could do would be to lead up to the king of spades, and he would win with the ace, and now I'm still missing the queen jack 10. So he solved a huge problem for me by leading spades. And now he leads another one. And I win that. That's my 7th trick. I could play for the ace of hearts to be on side. This person over here I know still has a diamond. I'm only missing 1 spade, so I could knock out the spade. They take the diamond and the ace of hearts, and I don't get any more tricks. So at this point, I'll lead towards the king of hearts. All right, I'll put up the king. Didn't like to. He's going to cash his winning diamond. Now he has a winning spade or a heart. That's fine. I made 7 tricks, made my contract. Trying to see if I could have done anything else different there.
No, you played that well.
I might have been able to play a spade at the end and developed 1 more trick. But all right, so let's bid again. How many points?
4 and 3 is 7. 3 is 10. 2 is 12. Jack is 13.
Okay.
13 high card points.
Okay. Should I? It's my bid. What I'd like you to do is I would always like you to tell me what you would bid. And then if I don't agree with it, I'll say so.
Okay, I would bid 1 spade.
Yeah, it's best way to learn is to do. Okay, now that no trump is forcing merely because the robots play it as forcing. And this is going to introduce a problem for us a little bit. You familiar with 2/1 game forcing?
No, they don't play it.
So I was going to teach you the basic system that they play at your club, which is a little hard to do with the robots because they don't play that system. They play a slightly more advanced system. The robots tend to play what is being played around the card clubs of the country right now. And when I say that, I mean the duplicate clubs.
Okay.
Duplicate is definitely a more advanced form of bridge. And if you want to know what everybody's playing in terms of bidding conventions, best thing you can do is go to just a regular duplicate club and see what the standard is. And the standard is 2/1.
Can you play 2/1 if the opponents are playing, I'll call it like my club system? Does that matter?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You can play 2/1. 2/1 is not nearly as complicated or as one might think. I think I'm gonna show you how to play 2/1, and you'll still be able to go to your card club and not play it. But it's gonna eventually, and this could happen a month from now or a year from now, but eventually you'll go to 2/1. I'm quite confident. It is the standard. So we'll talk about 2/1.
Okay.
So if my partner would have bid 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, or 2 hearts, that would have been a 2/1 auction. He's not a passed hand. He can have an unlimited. And what that says is that he is forcing to game. It's not forcing 1 round, he's forcing to game if you do a 2/1 auction. And it doesn't have to be a spade. If I bid a heart and he bids 2 clubs, that's 2/1. If I bid a diamond and he bids 2 clubs, that's 2/1. If I bid a club and he bids 2 spades, that is not 2/1. That is a weak jump shift. So it definitely is important to distinguish between when 2/1 is a jump and when it is not. If it is not a jump, it's game forcing. If it is a jump, it just says I have a 6-card suit, I have less than 6 points, and I want to play it at this 6-card suit. So there's quite a few variations, but the other most important thing about 2/1 auctions is it changes the no trump response slightly. You'll notice that I have told you, and this is the way they play it at your club, that 1 no trump here means 6 to 9 points, right? And
Yes.
less than 3 spades. Because if you had 3 spades and 6 to 9 points, you just bid 2 spades. But in this case, when the robots bid a no trump, if you look over here, it says it could be up to 12. Still less than 3 spades. No, it says 3 or fewer spades. 6 to 12 points. And I have to bid again. Well, I have a fairly convenient rebid. What should I bid?
You bid 2 spades.
I do. And I do need a 6-card suit for that. If I did not have a 6-card suit, I would bid my next longest suit. Let's say take one of my spades and make it a diamond. Then my rebid would be 2 diamonds. But whenever I've opened a major, I promise 5. If I rebid that major, I have 6. I have 6, so I have a perfect rebid. All right. Now, partner could have passed that, 2 spades. Didn't need to bid. So he's making a little bit of an attempt at game. He's also telling me that he only has 1 spade or even a void. And the question is, do I want to keep bidding spades? And the answer is no. I'm going to leave it at 2 no trump. That is not forcing. That is invitational. In other words, he's inviting me to 3 no trump. But if my partner only has a singleton spade, I'm going to have a hard time setting up this long spade suit. So I'm just going to, let me see what 3 spades means here. Strong rebiddable spades. That actually does describe my hand fairly good. Yeah, we'll bid 3 spades. Okay, he passed. So we didn't get the game, but we're playing in 3 spades as opposed to 2 no trump.
Excuse me,
It's
go back to,
probably a good thing.
David, go back to the 2 no trump. You said it means you're showing your partner that you have a single comparison to his card. So in other words,
Yeah, because the 2 spade bid showed 6 spades. So if North had a doubleton spade, they'd have a fit. Remember, you're always looking for an 8-card fit. And so he is saying that he has only 1 spade by
that's it.
bidding 2 no trump.
Is,
1
is,
or fewer. Yeah,
is he
because if
giving
he
you-
had 2, he would just either pass 2 spades or he would bid 3 spades.
and what is his point count?
10. Because when you rebid 2 spades, I limited my hand. I could have bid 3 spades if I had a stronger hand. But by bidding 2 spades, I'm saying I have 12 to 16 total points, which is perfect. I have 13, plus I have a couple of points in distribution. So I'm definitely in this range of 12 to 16. So that was what my 2 spade bid meant. And I'm limiting my hand. When I opened a spade, I could have had 20 points. I could have had 22 points. And so my second bid narrows the range of my hand always. And now my partner has a pretty good idea of what our combined hands are. He knows I have a 6-card spade suit and 12 to 16. He can take whatever action he wants. Notice he has 10 points. He doesn't have enough to force the game. He's only got a singleton spade, so it's a bit of a misfit. We do not have a fit on this hand. We have at most 7 cards. In fact, we have 7 spades and we have 7 diamonds. But we do not have an 8-card fit. When you do not have an 8-card fit, it's frequently correct to play a no trump. And I could have passed 2 no trump. I didn't need to bid 3 spades. But there's a lot of bids that are 50-50 one way or the other in terms of being correct. Okay, so again, we are in a suit contract. So let's look at potential losers. Well, in spades, I'm always losing the king. So there's no distribution that will not allow me to lose the king. Even if the king is on my right, I can only finesse it once. I can only lead spades once from dummy. And I can put in the queen and it might win, and then my ace might drop his king, but that would mean he would have 4 to the 10. He would get a spade trick with his 10. So I always have 1 spade loser. And if there's 4 to the king 10 on my left, I'm going to lose 2. So I might have 2 losers. Hearts. Analyze from the south hand. How many heart losers do I have?
1.
And only 1. Clubs.
I don't think you have any losers.
And diamonds.
Three.
Okay, so I got a problem here because I got 5 losers. If I lose all 5 of those, I'm going down. And it looks like I will. There doesn't, unless they misdefend. They don't defend properly. They should be able to take 3 diamonds right off the top and the ace of hearts. That's 4 tricks. And they have a certain spade trick coming. So they're going to get 5 tricks on me, and I'm going to go down 1, unless they screw up. In other words, maybe he'll lead the king of diamonds and ace of diamonds, and the queen will fall, or something like that. So let's see what happens here. Best we can do is follow suit. Followed up with another diamond. Queen is still out. So there's my 3 diamonds that I lost. That 10 of diamonds is now good, incidentally, but it doesn't do me much good. I'm going to drop the king of hearts under the ace of hearts because I do want to lead spades from dummy, for one thing. And I don't have a real easy way to get there. I guess I can get there in clubs a couple of times, but it doesn't cost me anything to drop the king of hearts here. I don't have any other losers that I'm worried about. The only suit that I'm worried about now is spades. Okay, I'm going to take the finesse. And now I don't have much choice but to just lay down spades from the top. Hope the 10 falls. It didn't. So I still have another spade loser. I'll go ahead and lose it. And now I have the rest of the tricks. My hand is good. I have the queen of hearts. All of the trump are pulled. So all I have to do is get back to my hand and claim. Down 2. Now that's a really bad score, minus 200. Because the opponents may have been able to make a part score on their own. But part scores only score between 100 and 200. So by losing 200, I've done as badly as I can on this hand. Can you give me just like 2 minutes? Got to do a bathroom break here.
Sure, go ahead.
Just stay there and I'll be back to you as soon as I can.
Take your time.
All right. Well, I got back here to click that. Norm, you with me?
I am here.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Hey, you know, when you have king, you're missing the queen. So you have ace, I'm sorry, you have ace, you're missing the king, you have the queen. How
Mhm.
do you count that as points?
6. Ace queen is 6 points.
No, I'm sorry, I don't mean that way. I mean, I apologize. How do you count that as winner or loser?
I know I have this. In other words, if I lay down the ace, even if it were to drop the king, that means the spades are split horribly. And I'm going to lose to the 10. And I'm also going to lose to the 8. So the worst thing that could happen is if I lay down the ace, the king would fall, because that means the other person has 5 spades. But if I can lead towards the ace queen of spades, then I will not lose the first 2 tricks if the king is on the right. If the king is on the left, I'm always going to lose it. It doesn't matter. The thing about finesses is they never cost you. If you were going to lose a trick, you're going to lose it still. But if the honor, the missing honor is on the correct side, you won't sometimes lose it. All
All
right,
right,
let's work on bidding.
but for figure you have the ace, you're missing the king, queen. Now, let's say queen jack, queen 10. So when you count your winners, your losers there, how many losers are you counting?
Well, it depends on where they are. It's not just whether you're missing those cards, it's can you lead, can you finesse them? So it often comes down to that. If
Okay.
all my cards that you're talking about are in one hand, it still matters because it depends on whether I can get the dummy and lead towards strength. The general idea in bridge always is try to lead towards your strength, not away from it. I did not want to play spades from my hand on that last one. I had ace, queen, jack, 9. I wanted to play spades by leading towards it. The problem is you only had 1 spade in the north hand, and I could only lead it once. So it's a difficult combination to play. All right, this one. We are the dealer. How many points?
Oh, this is the dealer here. I'm sorry. All right, 4. That's 7. 5 is 12. 15.
Okay, so high card points, we have 15. Now, it isn't proper to count your distribution points yet. I've got a doubleton here and a doubleton there. So I have 2 distribution points, but you don't count them yet. You only count them once you've found a fit. However, what it is proper to do is count for length. This 6-card heart suit is worth something. It's not 0 points. It's worth at least 1, maybe even 2. We'll be conservative and count it for 1 length point. So I have 16 total points at the moment. Depending on what my partner bids, that could change. If my partner shows me heart support, let's say I open a heart and they bid 2 hearts, now I have 16 plus 2 plus another one for that short. So if my partner shows me heart support, I have 3 additional points and I have a 19 point. Let's see what he does. So I certainly can only open at 1 heart. I'm in the no trump range, but I don't have the right shape for no trump. You don't open a no trump when you have a 6-card major. So I'll open at 1 heart. One spade, is that forcing or not?
Yes.
It is. He's not a passed hand. That one spade bid could be anywhere 6 plus. It could actually, he could have 25 points in his hand. He could. I'm gonna make that go away. I guess I don't. Okay. And therefore it's forcing at least one round. Now, I've got two choices. I don't want to show spade support because he might only have a 4-card suit. If you look at the description, it says 4 plus spades. And I don't want to bid 2 spades because we might be in a 7-card fit. You're always looking for 8-card fits. I could bid 2 hearts, and that does promise 6 hearts. But I'm a little strong for 2 hearts. I have a 16-point hand. That's a 3-heart bid. In other words, it's very logical here. If I have a minimum hand, I rebid at the smallest level I can. If I've got a little bit extras, I got a little bit more than a minimum opening hand here, and I can show that by bidding 3 hearts. Now notice that it says that that bid shows 6 hearts and 17 to 20 total points, where I only have 16. That's okay. There are a lot of instances in bridge where you have to lie by 1 point, or you have to lie if I didn't bid. If I bid 2 hearts, I'd be lying by 2 points. Watch what it says for 2 hearts. It actually does give me up to 16 points. All right, we'll take the low road. I'll bid 2 hearts, but I probably would bid 3 hearts if I had this hand in a club. I want to show a little extras, but for here right now, I'll be very conservative and bid 2 hearts. Okay, the first thing you might want to notice is that partner passed because he had just 7 points. He didn't have anything extra. And I showed a minimum hand, so partner knows there's no point in going further to try to get the game. We don't have game values. Most important thing you can determine early when you're bidding is, do you have a possible game? And the answer is no. Partner has 7, I'm on 16 max. That's only 23. We're nowhere near game. So we want to be in the smallest part score that we can be in. Now you will notice one thing here. We have a better spade fit than we have a heart fit, because we have 8 spades and we only have 7 hearts. So we did not get to the best contract. 2 spades would have been a better contract than 2 hearts. 8-card fits play better than 7-card fits. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough spades to support his spades because he could have only had 4, and we didn't have enough points to keep going and finding our 5-card or our 8-card spade fit. So we'll just have to play it in 2 hearts. Now, I have a little bit of a problem. I want to play hearts from dummy. I want to lead the 6 of hearts towards my ace jack 10. That's the first consideration. If we go through losers again, I try to be religious on this because this is what I want you to get into a habit of doing every single time you declare, is count your losers. Hearts, I probably have 2 losers at least. I'm going to lose the king and the queen, almost certain. Could even lose another one. I might get lucky and find the queen, the king queen on my right, and I can lead towards the ace jack. And in a perfect world, it would be king, queen, third over here, 3 small over there. And then I'd get away with only losing 1 heart loser. But I don't know that. I'm going to say 2 heart losers. Diamonds, how many?
None.
I'm always losing the ace of diamonds. Right?
Are you talking about spades or diamonds?
Diamonds.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about spades. Okay. So
Now,
you have
spades I
one.
did first, yeah, because I had no losers.
You have one.
Okay, so I always have 1 diamond loser. How many clubs?
One.
Going to lose the ace and the king.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is 2.
Okay. So it looks like I have 5 losers. I can lose 5 tricks and still make my contract. Now, I do have some interesting things going on here. I could, if the opponents don't cash their tricks quickly, if I can pull trump and then get to dummy to run these spades are good. I've got 5 spade tricks here. And I could pitch these 2 losing clubs, but they're going to get in a lot. They're going to get in with the ace of diamonds. They're going to get in with a heart quickly. They're going to take their 2 spade tricks. So I don't have a whole lot of likelihood of using these long spades to my benefit. And more importantly, I want to be in dummy immediately to lead hearts. Because the only chance I have of only losing 1 heart trick is if I can lead a heart towards my ace jack and both the king and the queen are over here. So I'm going to play the queen of spades because it's the only way I can be certain of getting to dummy. Nah, you know what? I don't want to. The problem with playing the queen of spades is it blocks them. I would be left with ace king doubleton and I would never be able to get to the spades. So I'm going to try to get to dummy a different way by knocking out the ace of diamonds and using that. Okay, they held up wisely because they know I'm trying to get to dummy. He took the second one. Now I have no diamond to get to dummy. And he leads another spade. Now I kind of have to go up with the queen because I absolutely have no way of getting to dummy. Ah, now they didn't cash their clubs. And I've got 2 good diamonds here. So let's see if we can get rid of some of these losing clubs. Got rid of one of them. Let's try to get rid of the other one. He roughed. That means the person on the left has another diamond. I will over rough. And now I can't get to dummy to lead hearts, so I just have to lead hearts. The fact that he's rough, though, now there's only 5 hearts outstanding. I should be able to pull all of them. There's a 9. That's a big one. Now I lead the jack. Okay, now there's only 1 heart out. It's the queen, and I don't need to worry about pulling it. Usually when there's only 1 master trump out, you just leave it out. Let them take it whenever they want. I don't have to waste one of my hearts pulling that last trump. Okay, now I'm in my hand. I have to lead a heart. He's going to win with the queen, and then my 10 of hearts is good. So I did make 9 tricks when I was only guaranteed to make 8. So we did pretty good on this hand. That should be a good score. Notice if we were in spades and analyze from the north hand, we have no heart losers, no spade losers, 1 diamond loser, and 3 club losers. So we have a diamond and 3 clubs. That's only 4 tricks. I'm going to make 9 tricks in spades, regardless of what the defense does. But on this particular hand, the defense could have held me to 8 tricks had they cashed their clubs. They let me pitch a club, which saved me a trick. All right. I think I got time for one more hand. I don't, at 9 a.m., I will have to sign in for the bridge tournament. You're fine staying on the line while I do that. That'll take 2 seconds.
Let me ask you
And
a
then I
question.
have 10 minutes before I have to start playing.
Okay, when you had the, I'm trying to remember how I worded my question.
Talking about this hand here.
No. Oh, I know. When you send a copy of this record, does it come across as an email?
No. What happens is that it is recording the session right now. But afterwards, it gives me a file and it takes 30 minutes for that to process. Once it does, I'll be able to send you that file or a link to that file, and then you'll be able to go through and watch this whole session at your leisure. You can pause it, you can fast forward it, you can rewind it. You can
Okay,
do all of those things. All right, let's try to get one more hand in here before I'm going to be time constrained. Okay, how many points do I have? 3 passes to us.
15 points.
What can I open? Can I open a no trump?
Well, you could.
No, I don't have the right shape. I have a singleton. You
Oh,
don't
okay.
open a no trump if you have a singleton. You have to have one of those 3 shapes. You have to be either 4-3-3, 4-4-3-2, or 5-3-3-2. Those are the only 3 no trump shapes.
All right, so you start off with a heart.
So I have to open. My partner makes a very simple raise. This is the easiest bid to learn in bridge. It's a simple raise. He's promising 3 or more hearts, and he has 7 to 10 total points. So he is counting his distribution. Why? Because he knows we have a heart bet. So it's right for him to count his shortness points. And when it gets back to me, it's right for me to count my shortness points now. So I know my partner's hand, let's just write this out. Partner has 7 to 10 total. What do I have? Because now I have to reevaluate my hand. Let's talk about this, because this is probably the one thing that most people do incorrectly. They don't reevaluate their hand properly. Okay, what did my hand start out with? 16 high card. Now that my hearts have been supported, I can add 2 points for this singleton. And I can add 1 point for my 5th heart. I could have actually done that before I opened. A 5-card suit you can add a point for, but I'm definitely adding it once it's been supported. Because if my partner has 3 hearts, this 3 hearts is going to win a trick. So is the 4 of hearts. So these cards are worth aces, but we only add 1 point for it. We know they're going to win tricks. And that's the essence of bridge, is how many tricks you win. But the point is that I have now 19 total points. Well, my partner has 7 to 10. What should I bid? You need 25 points per game.
Well, you could bid 4 hearts.
Must bid 4 hearts. If you bid 3 hearts, you are inviting partner. You're saying, partner, if you're on the upper end of your range, go to 4, but if you're on the lower end, pass. Well, I don't care if partner's on the lower end. Partner has 7 or 8 points. I want to be in 4 hearts. So let's go ahead and bid 4 hearts. In other words, I am now the person that knows the most about both hands. That's the key. Because my partner limited his hand. He limited how many hearts he had, and he limited the range of his points. So by the fact that he did that, I am now in charge. I am the captain. And it's not I'm the captain because I have the most points. It's I'm the captain because I have the most information about both hands. And I know that we have enough for game. So if I bid 4 hearts, that's to play. My partner must pass. If I bid 3 hearts, I'm saying, well, I'm inviting partner. I don't want to invite partner. I want to bid 4 hearts. All right. Again, let's talk losers.
No heart.
Hearts, how many losers?
0.
Spades, how many losers?
I'm sorry, which one?
Spades.
8.
How many?
4.
Very good. A lot of people would have said 2. It is true that I can trump 2 of these spades. So I'm not going to lose all 4 spades. But I still have to trump them. In other words, I can't pull 3 rounds of trump if needed. I have a 9-card heart fit, so I'm missing 4 hearts. If they're split 2-2, then I'm fine. I'm going to be able to trump both of those spades after pulling trump. But if they're split 3-1, I can't pull 3 rounds of trump because I won't have any trump to trump these losing spades. That's why you always want to look at your full potential losers, because I have to decide what to do with that deuce of spades. I'm certainly going to be able to trump the 4 of spades, but the deuce of spades could be problematic if I have to pull 3 rounds of trump. Now, the other thing I could do with this deuce of spades is I might be able to lead towards the king of diamonds, and if the ace is over here, they're going to have to pop up with it. And then my king of diamonds will provide a discard, and I can dump the deuce of spades on the king of diamonds. So diamonds, I have at least 1 loser and only 1, because I just have 1. And clubs, I don't have any. So the only problem on this hand at all is how to deal with these losing spades. Well, the first thing we want to do is pull at least 2 rounds of trump, maybe not. And then we'll pull 1 round of trump. The 10 fell. That's not a good sign. He played his highest trump. That's probably the only trump he has, is the 10. Means this person has 3 of them, which means I'm not going to be able to pull 3 rounds of trump and still deal with this spade. So let's go after and see if we can set up that diamond. Now I have 2 choices here. I can either play the king and hope it wins the trick, and then I don't have a diamond loser. Or I can play this person for the queen, and I can duck it. Wow, I won the trick. They have the ace and the queen, and they didn't take either one of them. So that changes everything. Now I don't have a diamond loser. Now let's go after and start setting up I still don't want to pull trump. Okay, I've lost my 2 spades. Now they lead a club. And I want to rough one of my spades. And I can rough it low. And then I can get back to my hand by roughing a diamond. And I want to rough the other spade. And this one, I know he has the 4th spade, so I can afford to rough that low. Now I want to finish pulling trump because I have nothing but good tricks. There is one problem. There's still 1 trump out, but I got to get to my hand to pull it. Well, that's easy. I'll play a diamond. I'll trump it. And now I'll pull the last trump. And I'll lead a club to the king. And I made 11 tricks. That would be a very good score in duplicate, because a lot of people will only be making 10 tricks. Okay, that's my partner asking me to join for this tournament. Okay, so I'm registered. So I've got another 5 minutes before I have to start playing. So let's try one more. How many points?
13.
Good. What should I bid? I have 13 plus I have 8 cards, so I meet the rule of 21. Definitely should bid.
What's the rule of 21?
The rule to determine whether you should open a hand or not is how many high card points you have plus the length in your 2 longest suits. Well, I have 8 high card. Excuse me, I have 13 high card and I have 8 length. So that's 21. I'm supposed to open if I meet the rule of 20. Well, 21 definitely meets it, so I gotta open.
I thought
You
there was a
open.
different, I thought there was a different rule.
No, the rule of 20 is whenever you're considering open. So what should I open? I can't bid a spade. I can't bid a heart because I don't have 5 cards in those. So what must I bid?
A diamond.
Club. Always bid your better minor.
Okay.
So when I open a club, it does not promise a 4-card suit. There are lots of hands where you have to open, but you don't have a major to open, so you just bid a club. There's also a system called inverted minors that the robots play. This 2 clubs, where you play bridge, that would normally mean 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 points and club support. But here, it actually is reversed. The 2 club bid is stronger than the 3 club bid. That's why it's called inverted minor suit raise. And my partner has a near opening hand. We know he doesn't have an opening hand because he passed originally. He also is saying that he does not have a 4-card major. You almost always bid a 4-card major at the 1 level if you can. So the fact that he did not bid a 4-card major, there's no point in me looking for a major suit fit. We don't have it. If he can only have 3 hearts or 3 spades, then we only have a 7-card fit. So I'm just going to pass 2 clubs. My partner doesn't have an opening hand. We certainly don't have game on. I'm going to pass 2 clubs and we'll play 2 clubs. He had a 5-card club suit. He has a good hand. 2 clubs is a good contract. I'm going to have to speed it up a little bit here, so I won't be able to go as slow as I normally do. But you can see we have no club losers. I'm analyzing it from the north hand because that's the long trump suit. So I have 2 heart losers, not 4. How many spade losers do I have?
One.
Correct. Maybe not 1. If I can lead spades towards my ace queen and the king is on my right, I have no spade losers, no matter what they do. So this is a finesse position. So I either have 1 or none. How many diamond losers do
Two.
I have? 3. If I lay down the ace, then the king is going to take my jack, and then the queen's going to take my 9, and the 10 is going to take my 8. So all 3 of these diamonds are losers. Now, I could try to rough some of them, but before I can rough a diamond, I got to get rid of a diamond. Okay. Norm, my tournament's starting here. This is the way it unfolds, in case you're curious. I'm opening bidder here. I have 12 points. I'm going to open a heart, and then I'm going to sign off and talk to you next time.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
Norm. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.